Did you see the Manning brothers when they were acting out the hot routes and all the different audibles and stuff that Peyton Manning can do? Pretty
No,
fucking
no,
cool.
Oh
no.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Did it on the Manning cast.
He's doing like the scuba. He's doing all the different like hand motions and stuff that are
There's
Dude,
so
they're
actually
many.
fucking
There's
characters,
so
those
many.
two. Those two together are hilarious. It's funny you bring him up too, because just oddly enough, my father-in-law, he was texting me the other day and he had mentioned, because we were watching the players, he had mentioned, at one point in time at Muirfield, I was one of the guys that was walking with the groups, like tracking scores to report them back so that the analysts and
yeah.
whatnot had, all the scores. And he was like, first of all, like the pressure with doing that, because everything's happening so fast and like you're responsible for like tracking that shit and
Yeah.
reporting it back. I was like, man, that would be awesome, but like that would be so much pressure. I don't know if I'd be able to handle that.
Risky,
I
risky.
can't even keep
Yeah.
my own
Yeah,
score. Fuck that.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly. I mean, Jordan Spieth, right? He had the shits though, so it's a different story. But anyway, so he sent me a text with a picture of when he was doing it, and there's Shoffley, and then right next to him, it was like maybe one of the practice rounds, perhaps, but was the sheriff, Peyton Manning, was playing
Oh
in the
man,
group too. I was like, oh, that's epic, dude.
that's
Yeah, there's
crazy.
a good chance for him to work around him or work near him. It's
One
awesome.
thing that I kind of am jealous about that I kind
What are
of
you
hate.
talking about, Sherman?
Oh,
Hold on, buddy. What? What was that? What?
Hold up.
You said to work near him, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was in that group, which is just sick. I'm just giving you a hard time, dude. You're drunk already, like that shirt.
But yeah, what I'm saying is all these dudes that play multiple sports, they get the experience, the best part of it. Like, hey, any of these like football quarterbacks, it's like they get to go like all the pro golfers, and it's like now they get to link up, play these pro am tournaments, this and that. I'm like, they already fucking got it made. Now they get to literally go. You're already playing
Yeah,
great. All these now you get to go play these courses with these guys. It's like they got the best life, man.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
Josh
once
Allen,
you're
his
announcing, that's when
terrible
you've hit it
football
full
season,
circle.
you look
Once
towards
you
the golf season, man. It's like look at it. It's like you're still gonna be all right. You're still good, living a good life.
yeah. Why can't we do like, you're talking about the pro-ams for all these like, upper echelon athletes. Like let's do an av-am. Like where's the
Oh,
average guy am?
yeah, yeah.
Just
Who's gonna stream it though?
random people that
What
just like
network?
pop up.
that nobody wants to watch that
Yeah.
shit. That's why. And
But listen,
on
that's
that
honest.
note,
That's honest man's work right there, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
welcome to another episode of Good
Hilarious.
Lies Golf from the guys. Welcome here. How we
We're
doing?
here.
How we doing? How we doing?
Jeff Petty, Senor
Yeah.
Lawson.
Sure. I'm liking your style today, buddy.
Hey, it's just a nice
You're
shirt. Southport Golf
vibing.
Club shirt. Shout out to Southport Golf Club.
You got the mule hat.
Scottie
Mule.
Scheffler.
Mule, yeah. Oh, now
There we
we're gonna
go.
get sued.
No.
Take it off. Take it
But
off.
listen,
Cut it off.
how about my man, me and the
Yeah.
dog? Come on, put some respect.
Yeah, Scottie Scheffler crushed it. Absolutely
Dog.
back to back.
Wow.
I mean, you guys called it. You and Brendan were spot on. You
He was
said
on a
that he was
run,
going to win
man.
back to back, and he went out there and did it. And,
Yeah.
and you said, Brendan, when his putter is even remotely on, his shooting and just the way he plays his irons is just so good that you can't even keep up right now. He's
Yeah.
just on another
He
level.
just he just like plods along throughout the tournament, and then one of those rounds he gets hot with the putter. At least that's how it's happened the last 2 weeks. One of the 4 rounds he gets hot with the putter, and that's the round that just kind of like catapults him to the top of the leaderboard because he's always just hanging around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His ball
Hey, there
striking's
we
that good.
go. I had to jump on the coattails and ride that train with you. He said Scheffler. I said, let me get on board,
There you
baby.
go.
Let's get on the
Well,
money train, man. That was solid, dude.
Hey,
Well,
yeah.
so we
That's
were
nice.
watching in Atlantic City. I went to a bachelor party, and we were all watching from the sports book in I forget what, because I think we were in Tropicana or whatever. We were in the sports book section, and we were all watching the scores everywhere. And I was freaking out because I had Brian Harmon straight up to win on my little, on
Yeah.
my cash. After I saw the day two unfold, I was like, nah, Brian Harmon, I think, has got this. And so I started looking into Harmon, and then he just didn't finish. And let's all be real here. Wyndham Clark entertaining himself. If he he was like me on that putt and Montauk. Where if I missed that hole, it was going
Bro, no,
15 feet
don't
past.
sell yourself short. He wasn't like you on that putt. You would have made that putt. Come on, Sharon. You would have made that putt. Come
Dude,
on, dog.
I couldn't believe that thing didn't fall.
I can't
I
believe it.
mean,
Well, it was going fast, dude. It had
Fast,
speed.
fast.
Speed.
I mean, it had some pace on it. I wouldn't say because sometimes you see these things, with a lot of pace on them. They
Pace.
lip out and they roll back,
I thought Kyle
another
Larson was
4 or
driving that
5 feet.
ball. That thing was moving.
Hey, I'm just saying, he almost made
Would he
that
have won the
eagle,
playoff?
too.
Would he have won the playoff though?
I don't know, but
Listen,
it would
we'll
have
never
been
know.
fun. I thought
Scottie
that was a
Scheffler,
wild
man,
final
he's on
round,
fire
man.
right now. Like
Oh,
the
for
name of
sure.
our episode was like
I
Scotty's.
know. I picked him.
Like on it. Like
That's what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
he's
Give that
just.
man his respect, sure.
I think this is where we see. No, I'm saying it right now. I think this is where we see Scottie Scheffler absolutely take over and dominate the game of golf. Like I think
Oh,
he's
I
about
thought
to
you were
go on
gonna
a
say this is where we see
not
Brendan
he's
just
not going
start
to go on a
giving out
Tiger level.
box.
No,
I
Tiger.
mean, he's called a few. Brendan's been called a few winners here. If you've been listening, that's why I'm like, I'm waiting for
He
this
called the
pick he's
Jake
got,
Knapp great. He called
which is
the
huge. Which is huge. And
I
these
mean,
back-to-back
hey.
Scotties over here trying to come. I'm
I've
over here
also
waiting to hear
called
what
some
you got.
cuts. I've also
Yeah,
called some cuts.
yeah, we've all called some cuts too.
Well, you got to jump on when it's hot. You got to get it while it's hot.
Hey, man.
Hey,
we'll
No,
get
no, you were feeling them too. So
that was
don't
good.
sell your show.
Well,
Listen,
so
Sherman,
what
you're the odd
about,
man out.
hang on. Let's regroup. Let me talk about Scotty for a second.
Yeah, cool. I wanted to bring that back.
So I want to talk about his mentality, and I want to bring it back to an episode we had on here with Paul Anacone, and he was talking about like what breeds champions and what's the mindset and what's the difference between the regular average guy or even the very competitive guy or the athlete versus the champion. And he said the mindset difference is how they approach it, and I think the way Scotty approaches his mindset to win and everything about his lifestyle is so champion level that he's got it down. Like the mindset is there. He's got it. He's
Mhm.
thinking in his
Difference,
head,
yeah.
like he's got it. He even said on like I don't care about social media. All I have is my family and my friends and people that I love and care about. And it doesn't matter to me that I lose because if I go home on a Sunday and I shoot 5 over par, it doesn't matter. I still know my friends love me, my family loves
For
me,
the
and
love
nothing
of the
really
game.
changes. So that really is a champion. Like that's somebody who knows and can put aside the other thing to make winning happen. And I think when you have
Yeah.
that, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, I mean, fuck yeah. What else do we have to say?
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to get this going, man.
Oh, you
I'm
just
kind of
want me to
curious.
say names?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the drop. I'm trying to make a couple
yeah,
bucks
Hey,
this
did
week.
anybody play? I just wanted to talk about Scotty and his
No.
win. Congrats to him back to back.
No,
It's
yeah.
no small feat winning the Players twice.
But
And
we already knew this was coming. You were the only one that didn't. You weren't a
never been
believer.
done.
You didn't believe. Coach Prime.
I honestly didn't think in the beginning that he
I
would win it, but
believe.
It is funny that you bring up him and the potential Tiger run, but not making the comparison to Tiger. Scheffler even came out and mentioned that a fan was kind of heckling one day and kind of threw out, hey, congrats on being world number one. You got to do it for another 11 years. So just shows you how damn good Tiger Woods was, man. He was world number one for
Like
Yeah,
all
I
jokes
saw that.
aside, though, like all jokes aside, that's kind of crazy to think about how wild of a run that he had to go on. And Scotty's this good, and it would take that much more out of him. That's crazy.
That's
Unreal.
crazy. I mean,
That dude was dedicated, and that's what I mean. It's crazy, man. That Tiger's a different dog.
No, different, totally different.
different breed
And
for
when we
sure.
think about the comparisons, you put up the numbers, you put up the stats. It's nobody's coming close. It's
But
just
here's my kicker. It gets back to what you said too, Sherman. Like Scotty's such a humble dude, and he just always pays the homage, the respect to Tiger and everybody. You can hear it. He's like, I don't. People can say what they want, but even he knows respectfully. He's like, he's in a category of his own. He's up there by himself, and
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's chasing Tiger. Nobody's like trying to compare themselves. But that's what the media is going to try to
I
portray.
mean, Scotty's
Scotty's
only
just playing golf.
27, right? Like,
Yeah.
you got to think he's got another 10, 13 years of solid competitive golf left. Like I don't know, man. He's got a lot of time. He could put in a big dent. Not to say he could go world number one
If
for
his ankles hold up
682 weeks.
with that
I'm not
swing.
saying that, but I'm just saying that, his legacy could just continue to really, really grow here. I mean, this is where I think he's going to turn it on and dominate for the rest.
This is a kicker too, because you got to think like this. It's almost like the LeBron and like the Jordan comparison, because like who was LeBron playing against back then? Like if you do really look at like who was Tiger going up against and the way that he was finishing, like it's almost like he was like dog walking some of these guys, having like 8-shot leads, like crazy finishes. It's like, and now you look like it's different. I mean, some of these people that Scottie are beating are like it's all pretty close. He's not sitting there like walking these guys like that. It's like it's a lot more competition, I think personally, than like Tiger had to deal with. And then the technology now is so advanced that even the people that aren't that great, they make up for it with the technology and behind all their clubs and all the all the advanced things that have make their game better. I think that if Scotty was around back there, he would have done just as well as Tiger did. Honestly, his game is that solid. But Tiger was just that time, literally look at that time. People say that people that Jordan was beating, they were a lot older. These guys really weren't that strong. Nowadays, look at the league as the people that LeBron plays. So, I mean, Scotty's doing great, but he's also got a lot of competition too, man. These guys are all really great. Tiger was just pounding everybody. It was different. It looked unfair.
Yeah, I mean, he was
You know what
above
I
and
mean?
beyond. He was a
Ridiculous.
new
Yeah.
breed. It was something we had never seen before. But I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think you've
Yeah.
made a lot of valid points. You know, the thing is, Tiger is what developed the
Oh
guys
yeah,
that
it's
we're
not to
playing
take
now.
away from
So
either of them. I just think that
yeah,
Scott.
oh
I mean,
yeah, I
Scott. People
agree.
have to realize that it's just a
It's a different
different day.
game.
It's
Yeah,
different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
different. I mean, the way that Tiger was doing it, nothing takes away, but it's like it's not the same. Some of the courses aren't the
yeah.
same. The rules aren't the same. It's like
There's older
nowadays
I
these
kids
see.
that
Yeah,
clubs.
were
I
doing
see what
back
you're
then
saying.
that guys
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah. It's
match
nothing crazy. I
now.
just look at it like, man, like to almost give a little bit more respect to Scotty. Like, man, like you're out there beating literally like the best of the best. It's not they're not easy like tournaments or majors. None of it's by a long
But
shot.
but but what about the argument? Is he beating the best of the best?
With the
That's
whole
the argument.
the lid
That's the
split.
argument is that he's not beating the best of the best because you have Cam Smith, you got Neiman,
Well,
you
if you're
got
talking
some of these
majors,
guys
it's
in
different.
other, you got them in live.
Yeah, I
So
mean
that's the
they're there
big
for
thing.
majors.
But yeah,
Well,
not to say the field
that
isn't
whole
stacked, but
conversation is part of the whole rollback thing, though, right? Right,
Yeah.
and that's why some guys are so hesitant to like do the rollback because it's basically in a very bland way of saying it, it changes the ball in the way that it can be maneuvered and how far it goes and things like that, right? So it takes more skill when everybody is kind of on the same level as far as like how far they can actually pound the ball down, because that's what we're seeing now is a lot of these guys that are playing now. It's all about who can hit the ball the furthest. You know what I mean? So if it brings everybody back, it rolls everybody back, right? And you're kind of leveling that playing field, then it becomes a more skilled
More
game, which is what we
competitive.
saw
Yeah.
back with Tiger. It was more about skill,
Yeah.
and then
I
he
agree to
added that
everything you're saying.
power
Yes.
yeah.
aspect to it.
Well, we'll see how they transform it back in, and we'll see what's going on.
But
It's
to
still a
me, if
long
you
way to
take
go.
someone who's been golfing for 20 years, what they used to hit, with old clubs as opposed to now, see what they're hitting with their new technology. That's how you find out how the game has evolved. Like what was
Yeah,
Shank and those guys hitting, 10, 15 years ago. Now these guys are driving 3 and some change. They were never doing that in the 80s and 90s.
And again, and I know we're gonna move on here, but like that's the thing too is like you'll see videos of Tiger up until pretty recently hitting like the old persimmon like wood driver, and he's still mashing at 300. And then you got the newer generation, they'll go out and try to hit, and they're like, how the fuck do you hit this thing? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like that's what he learned on. He brought in that power aspect, and he was already a skilled player. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He was just a whole new breed. He changed the game.
Different
Yeah,
breed.
different game, dude.
So what do you got this week? What's the word? Where we at?
Well, did Brendan golf? Did anybody golf this
I
week?
I did, man. I had a major boys week. The girls went out of town. Um So I got out there
Look at this guy.
with
Look
my
at the
boys.
smile
I
on his
got out
face.
there
Hey,
with Kai.
here it goes. Let's hear it.
Yeah, dude, I played a couple different rounds. So I hit up, where we did a first round of Elks with the boys. And then I hit up Oasis afterwards the following day with the Pops and with the Sun. So I had myself a weekend
Are
and a
those
whole
both
lot of
close?
ups and downs too. What?
Are those both close nearby, or they're like
Yeah,
pretty far apart?
yeah, dude. I mean, Cincinnati, dude. I feel like it's so underrated as far as like just nice, legitimate public courses, like in a close proximity. I mean, there's just so many places you can go that are all unique, fun, and they're all really well maintained and just they're sick courses,
Are you
man.
by
He's
where? Are
right.
you kind of like are like in like the off the highways type? Where are you located? I'm not even familiar.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from downtown Cincinnati. I'm about like, I don't know, 18 minutes, something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
not
Like
bad for the
not too
okay.
far, but I'm considered the burbs.
The burbs.
I mean, I guess if you're breaking it down like that, yeah. But yeah, I mean, all these courses are just kind of out here. I mean, it's not too far off the highway. You know.
No holdouts.
Nah, not from me, man.
Best round?
Um, just super inconsistent right now. My best round was the second round I played at Oasis, which is a hard course. Um, I think I shot a 86. But the previous day at Elks, man, I thought I went out there with the mindset and I felt so good. I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking light this place up. Like I'm feeling good about my swing. First tee shot, pipe it down middle of the fairway. Then I shank into the greenside bunker. It had rained the night before, so like it was pretty wet. I struggled out of the bunker, hit it like 5 or 6 times. I just picked up and didn't even finish the first hole. Like,
That's how
I
you
was
got to
like,
start it off
"Fuck, dude."
sometimes. You know, you got to really get it
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Humbling
So
moments. Humbling
it was
moments.
brutal. I was 9 over through the first 3 holes, and then I shot a 97 for the rest of the round. So if I had another opportunity those first 3 holes, which you can say this about any fucking round, I feel like I could have had an opportunity to play fairly decent. I just like I'm making some tweaks here and there with my stance and my alignment and shit. And like one day, everything feels good. I'm right there. I'm hitting some of the best balls I've ever hit, right where I want to hit them. The very next day, just things don't look right, feel right, and I cannot hit the ball. You know what I mean? So it's just like a constant up and down day to day thing. I'm either
Yeah.
playing really well or I'm not hitting the ball well at all.
Welcome to golf, you know.
Welcome to
It's
golf, man.
Welcome.
That I
basically
Welcome.
it.
mean, that is what it
And
is. But
that's Brendan just described every golfer's scenario ever, basically. Just ups and downs
yeah,
constantly.
Sherm
it
got
was
out there.
I did not. No, I
Ah,
was in the casino all weekend, losing money. So that
losing
was
money.
well, winning and losing money. You know, back and forth, back and forth. It's give
High
and take.
vibes.
you didn't find a
Yeah.
Poker
golf
room
slot?
to the roulettes to the slots. I won like a $500 video poker just sitting at the bar for a free drink. You know, that was a thing. Boom. I don't know how that happened.
Mule
Just
hat.
clicking the button. Boom. You know, actually, I was wearing a barstool hat at the time that said "Just Cover," and we were watching all the games, and yeah, it was a good time. Atlantic City,
Nice.
always a good venture to lose money,
That's
and
That's
good,
dope.
man.
a lot of sports book and all that stuff. But yeah, good time. And no golf. But I think I'm gonna get out there this week, end of this week, and
Sag.
Sag Harbor. Yeah, because it's looking prime time.
Looking
Oh
prime
yeah.
out there, huh?
Weather's been a little nice. It's getting a little shifty now, but it's getting nice out there.
It's up and
Speaking
down.
of which,
Yo, Petty, you were chefing it up today though, right?
Yeah, we've been chefing it up. I've been in the city in Manhattan cooking for some clients up there. And we didn't golf, but one place we did check out I've never been to, Chelsea Piers.
oh yeah,
Sure, have you
super
ever
cool.
been? Super cool.
Yeah,
I had
skate
Is
park
no
there.
this
Did you shred
idea.
on the skate park, bro?
No, but I didn't realize it's like a separate area for like every sport. There's like basketball, this,
Yep.
golf, and like you're out there hitting into the water with the net set up. I think it's like four or
off a
five
pier?
floors off a
Yeah.
pier. Yeah,
That's
pretty dope.
dope.
And we didn't get to. We didn't. We were gonna go golfing. Couldn't get a tee time for enough people, so we ended up just going out there and just whacking some balls for a few hours. Had a couple bays. They rented a couple new drivers, some of the new tech. Tried a few clubs out, checked some things out, a couple irons, and just had a day with the boys. But no, I didn't get out there to
That's
Nice.
play
awesome.
horses. But the
Nice.
weather in the city has been fire. It's been fucking warm, unreal.
It's churning. It's
Well, look at
crazy.
Ohio. Ohio weather's been way better than here on Long Island, and we're sitting over here like, what the fuck's going on? We're supposed to have nice weather.
Who's in
And
charge
they have
of
all
this?
this great, beautiful, warm weather over there playing golf. So we're trying to
It's
get some
all
of that
right.
over here to finalize our golf season so we can
It's
enjoy
on the
it.
way.
We're also just not scared out here. You know what I mean? Like yes, it was nice this past weekend. Saturday was a lot nicer than Sunday. Sunday the sun was out, but it was like 20-degree gusts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like there
that
were
wind chill.
moments it was pretty cold. But it was still a great day of golf, and dude, we got to cap it off. We walked into the clubhouse to grab some food. I love their wingies. Oh, they're buffalo wingies.
Wow.
Love them, dude.
I thought you were like a turkey club kind of guy, man.
No way, dude. I love
I
some
kill the
buffalo
clubs.
wings.
I love a good turkey club.
You look like a turkey
Oh
club
boy,
guy.
I am a turkey club, man. I tell you that right now.
Oh
Ooh,
man.
extra
But yeah,
bacon.
Have you guys ever ate?
extra
Have you
basic
guys ever
crispy
ate
bacon.
snakes before?
I've
No.
had rattlesnake,
You've had rattlesnake.
like rattlesnake little nuggets. Yeah.
Wow. Have you had copperhead snakes?
No, but I used to play with them in creeks in Georgia.
I stay far
Well,
away from snakes, you know. I'm
I
good
say
on
that
Yeah,
because
hey, I'm
this
right
week,
with you, man.
you
I don't
know,
trust an animal you
Don't
can't
trust
see an
Yeah.
expression on its face.
Anyone
no,
that doesn't have a
You know
back
when
or
a dog's
spine.
mad.
no snakes. I say that because of our Valspar championship
Up
approaching this
ahead.
weekend
Up
with
ahead.
the snake pit
Yep,
on
Innisbrook.
the Innsbruck course. Yeah,
I already know who Sherman's gonna
Copperhead
pick.
course, and yeah, we're going
I
back,
would love to
boys.
know if you're right, though.
I already
And
I can tell you right now, I know who Sherman's gonna pick.
All right, let
All right,
Sherm
well-
do his typical like intro setup of the course and whatnot, and then I want to hear that.
well,
and
no,
see
go ahead,
where
just
we're
say
at.
it, spit it out.
I can tell you right now, you can't lie if I'm right.
Go ahead.
I have a feeling that you're leaning more towards Sam Burns.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but
Yeah,
that's
Oh,
I think
hilarious.
Sam Burns is the guy this week. I think he's
I
gonna.
know. I had a
I mean,
feeling.
I think he
'cause
might three-peat it. I mean,
he
he's won it
might.
twice.
I had a
What?
feeling that you were gonna go for Sam Burns, and he's up there. I would give him the top 20, but I still think, yo, man, there's still some people out there. Xander's still out there. A couple of the boys are still out there. But Burns, I mean, he's played well here almost all the time. You know, he's been up there in the leaderboard. So I knew you were gonna
mean,
probably go with the Sam Burns, and plus you're always backing him up. You're always vouching for that guy.
Yeah,
I will say for the last 5 finishes, he's gone 12th, 30th, first, 6th last
Yeah.
year. So he's definitely got crazy course history. The course sets up well for him. I mean, I do like him, but it's funny that he goes for the
I thought, yeah. I
yeah,
was thinking
Burns
too,
pick.
man. Ooh, I was like Sam Burns, man. But that's what gets me too. Like me
love
betting
Sam
wise,
Burns.
I think he's gonna be all right.
He's
But
playing great.
the
Let it
pressure to
burn.
try to get the the 3-time there is not easy too. That gets in your head. It's a mental game. Once that gets going, you almost like beat yourself up over it. It's pressure.
Yeah,
You gotta think about it. It's like people know you've won there twice. Like give me the hat trick. Let's do it. But it's not easy.
and honestly, last year too was kind of a weird one when they did play. It was Nick Taylor, but but it was weird because he shot even and Adam shot 5 under and he wound up losing by a stroke. So it was like the guy who played better golf really kind of didn't win in the end because he was just up so much from the day before that even though he played even, it was just not enough for
I mean, that's
that's
golf.
golf.
That's
Yeah,
why
but
there's 4
5
days,
under.
though. You know what I
Imagine
mean?
posting a 5 under and losing by a stroke or not being able to at least play off. That sucks.
It just happened this past week.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Scotty had a ridiculous
Well,
round.
and that's been a
8, 9 under,
two-time
whatever.
thing. It happened before,
Yeah.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
which is even crazier that exact
but-
scenario happened before.
I guess my point is it happens every day during the 4 rounds, but there's always some guy or a couple of guys on that Sunday round early on, especially early rounds. They'll go low and they'll make a run at it just because it is hard to hold on to your leads going into these Sunday rounds. Another reason why Tiger was unbelievable when he took the lead.
Tiger Sundays.
Unless you're KJ Choi or whatever. Who was it? That defeated him, and it was like
It
the
wasn't
first time
KJ
he had
Choi,
ever.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Hey, it was a long
I
time
forget
ago.
his name off the top of my head too, but yeah.
I'll think of it. But yeah, but my point is like he had this insane stat of like whenever he was going into the final round leading, he was never beaten. And then this dude ended up, beating
Yeah.
him after like 16, 17 times. But I don't know. But the point is just like it's hard, man. It's hard to maintain those leads. The pressure thickens.
You said it. When
Well, that's what
Tiger
I'm
showed
saying. A
up,
guy like Scotty, it's just he's not thinking about it. He's not thinking
yeah,
about that pressure. And now that I know that, after watching all these interviews and like really getting to see him over the last like 2 years strong, like I think Scotty's just gonna light it up. I don't know. He's just not. He's in a different class right now mentally than all these other guys. I think he just thinks about the game differently, and that's what you need to do to win like that. But
and playing confident, playing
playing
confident.
that's what I mean. He's thinking
Yeah,
about the game
yeah,
differently. Like
yep.
he's so confident about it because he doesn't care about it because it's secondary to him, and he's so naturally gifted at it that it's just like boom, second nature. And if I
Yep.
play well, I play well. I don't. But now that I've just won 2 back-to-backs and blah blah blah, I'll coast into a
Back to
Masters and
back.
then start schwapping them and then have
Back
myself
to
a
back.
season. But if I could pick some guys for this week that I'm excited about, I would say Doug Gim. Doug Gim would be a guy I'm really excited about. He's a long shot, I know, but he's pretty great odds. And he hasn't been worse than T16 in his last 5 starts. So he's been on fire and he sets up well for the course. I think Doug Gim's going to be a problem. So got Doug Gim up there on my list. Sam Burns, like I said, I think could win it. Doug Gim could win it, but I think Sam Burns overall might be the winner. And then I don't know. I like guys like a Keegan Bradley, and then maybe like a
Oof,
JT.
Keegan's done well here before too. So
Some people like that. JT also, if he can get his shit together, shot shaping.
which
This is his
JT you
course.
talking though? Postman or Thomas now?
He's talking Thomas.
Yeah, Justin Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. I think Justin Thomas.
Those are mine.
What do you
Did you
think?
check out the Panther, the club that I was telling you about with him too? How crazy that looks.
I hadn't checked it out yet, honestly. I
Wow.
totally forgot about it.
Yeah, man, pretty wild.
I'm definitely going to be checking it out, though.
Yeah. And Spieth, I think for me, if I had to sit there and give, a little something, to put the money on, a little put the house on it, a little that right there.
What are you calling?
Jordan Spieth, man. I think to win it all. That's not.
You think Jordan Spieth's going to win this all?
I think he's going to win
man.
it. I do.
Wow.
What, T3 last year, I think, right?
Jordan
I
Spieth's
think
going to win it all. That's what
And
Petty's
then,
calling, Jeff Petty.
if you want the top 20 early, you want me to really give it to you right now? I can give it to you.
Wow.
Well, you're itching for it. How about
Tony the Tuna?
Oh, Tony. Okay.
It's out. It's out. Tony the Tuna, it's out.
The can opener.
He ripped it open. The can of tuna has been ripped open.
I was about to say,
you can't go back now.
Wow.
The Tony Tuna pick, man.
No, but I wanted to get my picks out before I heard B's because now I want to make sure, like
he's gonna change them all.
Yeah,
he's
trying to validate.
Gonna scratch them all off the second you start telling yours.
You're trying to validate
his shit.
No, I mean, it's interesting you said Tony Tuna, though, because he's not a type of guy that you would really think about with this course. Because you immediately think big long hitter with Tony. He's been struggling with his putter, but I feel like there's something turning around with that putter the last tournament or two. And he's perfect as far as approach play. His approach play has been unbelievable. I think Tony could have a big week this week too, because we know what happens when he gets a hot putter. We've seen him go super low before.
Green on Sunday.
It's a tough course, though. It's a tough course, though. It's going to be a grinded out type of course, and we've seen before, especially with the Burns win. Playoffs. So it typically can playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we always see it come down to the end, and aside from Burns doing the back-to-back, it always does seem like it's kind of like one of those guys that's kind of out of nowhere a little bit, which I feel like it could be one of those weeks. But before we get to that, I will say, some guys that, are probably well known by this point. We talked about Harmon last week. I think he could have another nice week this week.
Yeah.
Of course, sets
Well,
up well for approach
sorry,
play.
just to interject about
Yeah.
Harmon, they said that his mentals might not be on point because of how shocking that like kind of big almost win was, kind of how close he was. But I don't know. I don't know if he's like that
What
kind
does
of
that
guy
even
that gets
mean?
shook like that. He's a
What does that
veteran.
even mean?
He's
What
a
is that?
veteran. I think
What
he's
does
going to
that
bounce
even
back
mean?
just
Yeah.
fine. No, but there's analysts saying that
No, I'm just saying
Well,
it
They got
could
to
go
talk
both
to
ways.
talk like
Yeah,
us.
it could even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
continue. Go ahead.
No, I mean, no, that's totally cool. And sometimes there is that fall off, for sure. But I mean, Harmon, he's been around for a while. He's a major winner.
Yeah.
I think to him, it's just like, shit, man, I was that close. Like, let's go out another week and, we'll get it done.
That's the
Yeah.
mindset.
He'll be a hot. Yeah, he'll play hot.
Yeah, I like him. I think Minwoo Lee could be a little sneaky pick. I mean, he was talked a lot about at the beginning of the year. Another guy kind of like Tony, you think about a long hitter, but I mean, he's actually pretty good. And some of the other statistics
great
across
golf.
the board, he's been
a
playing
lot of
quite
great golf.
and he's one of those guys that gets hot typically one of those rounds that could go super low.
Yeah.
Nick Taylor, we talked about him already a little bit.
Yeah.
I like your Doug Gem pick, but maybe like a guy like Christian Beasenhout, South African. He's a
Not a
great
bad
putter.
pick,
He's been playing lights out.
Yeah,
He just came in
consistent.
13th last week, so maybe he
Consistent.
gets hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like all those guys, honestly.
Well, who's your winner?
My winner, man? I think I'm gonna have to go maybe a little bit. Oh man, I wanted to do a super out of left field and go Gem, to be honest, to start this thing. I was thinking,
Wow.
and fuck
Yeah.
it, man. Why
I
not?
guess we're out
Doug
here just
Gim.
giving each other's
Yeah.
picks away before we do
All
it.
right, so
because
Doug
Sherman-
Gim, Bam for
Why
Brendan.
not, man? Let's go
Boom.
for it.
Doug Gim,
I feel
Sam
like he's been
Burns.
playing well,
Speed it,
and
baby.
Speed.
yeah.
It's going to be a good one, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think the final score is going to be?
Man, I don't know. I mean, it's arguably one of the tougher courses. I don't think it's going to be what we've been seeing recently with.
I don't think it's
super
breaking
low
13.
scores.
Well, the
13
record
or
here
so.
is from VJ Singh, so we'll see.
I have VJ, man. What could have been?
What could have been? It's the famous quote. I think it's the most liked pinned comment on our Instagram is my comment that said, imagine what VJ Singh would have been if Tiger Woods wasn't there. He would have been
VJ.
He would have been the greatest thing ever, and then Tiger just was like, nah, this is mine. This whole spotlight's mine.
Before you were talking, I was going to tell you when Tiger was on his run, he would literally show up and be like, "Which one of you guys are playing for second?"
Yeah, that's
how bad. That's how crazy I think it was. Like, it's crazy.
I do the same thing, but I walk up and I go, "Who's tying for last?"
So, who wants to fight this one out?
Yeah, who's fighting this out? So,
Y.E. Yang, brother.
Yeah. So
Y.E. Yang comes from behind to beat Tiger Woods.
Oh yeah, that's him. Yeah, that guy. Yep, he crushed.
Hey, but shout out KJ. We love KJ, man.
Shout out to KJ Choi. I'm gonna catch him at the casino. We're gonna be, doing a whole bunch of good things. Me and him are gonna be on the roulette table.
Backroom backgammon.
You've been busy. You've been busy filming, Sherm, or any photos, anything crazy?
Yeah, we're just out there doing some golf content. We're gonna be shooting some golf stuff this week.
Nice.
Definitely getting after it.
Let's see you get out there and make something
man.
happen.
Pressure's
I'm gonna
on,
be out
dude.
there too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be out there too. Got a bachelor day weekend for one of my boys, so we're gonna be getting out to Hickory Woods playing around there.
Sweet.
Well, you better send some footage. Better post some vids.
Let's
Get all
go.
that action for the fans out there on Good Lies.
Texas wedge out.
It'll happen.
Sam Burns, Texas wedge out, dude. That's a good.
That's how we want it.
That's how we want it.
Sure. Let's make this happen. I'm gonna put $50 on all of ours. Each
If
one.
Gim's gonna win this year, it's gonna be this tournament. So
All right, that's it.
You heard
pull
it
the
here.
string.
We're out on that note. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Later.